Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live stream. My name is Hazik, and today we're going to be talking about 5 low caps that I want to share with you. And I think these low caps are sitting at good buying prices. We've talked about them before, at least some of them. And for those of you who haven't watched the channel before, maybe this will be a nice experience to get a few new coins to research. We've got Elorm in the chat. Hello there, my friend. Always nice to have you. And then I'll cover a little bit of news that's seemingly going over a lot of people's heads. It's not necessarily to do with crypto, but it would have an effect on the markets, technically speaking. How are you doing, Elorm? And then, as always, the Patreon link is down below in the description. If you want to support the channel, you can join the Patreon or leave a super chat. And after we're done with the low caps, we'll start taking in your altcoin requests. So you can start sending those whenever you want to. And if you're watching this video as a recording, we appreciate that as well. Feel free to leave a like and to help us grow. All right, taking a look at the markets, first of all, in general, Bitcoin is doing very healthy. This is a good correction. Nothing bad is happening with Bitcoin as of right now. If we go to the weekly chart, we remove the drawings, you can see we are above the 20 EMA. And we're simply retracing back down to the May lows that we printed last month. So nothing terrible is happening. You know, altcoins are bleeding, yes, but Bitcoin's doing very healthy. Now this is the Bitcoin season, and hopefully we are going to see the next leg up before September. Hopefully in August, July, we'll have the next leg up of this bull market into the elections, and that should be a very interesting period of time. But overall, we're doing okay in terms of Bitcoin. I'm good as well. I was about to start watching the game because I'm watching the Euros. Let me know if anyone's watching the Euros. I'm going for Albania. And in terms of the altcoins, like I said, some of them are bleeding, some of them are bleeding more than others, which does happen sometimes. But for example, coins like, let's see, Moon River, this has been holding up very well. I was just in a call with one of my patrons earlier in the day, and we talked about Moon River, and he's planning to buy some. I already have some. If you don't, these are good prices to start at least thinking about opening up a position. And then maybe you want to set up some buy limit orders, depending on the lower levels that you have here. But let's start off with the first low cap. So this would be Aurora. Now this is a layer 2 on the Near protocol. And what we consider a low cap here on the channel is anything below $100 million market cap. So this is sitting at 70 million. So it does fit the criteria. A bit of coffee. And as you can see, I think this is, this isn't listed on Binance yet, neither on Kraken, but you do have Crypto.com, you do have KuCoin, Gate, BitGet, Mexi, Bybit, and Coinbase. So a Binance listing here would be very big for the project. But if we open up the market cap, we do see some token dilution because the market cap is, well, let's see. March 2024, the market cap was $240 million, and that's the same market cap that we had in April 2020. So let's go back to the price action chart of April 2022. Sorry, not 2020, 2022. It was at roughly $11. Okay. And March 2024, we were sitting at 50 cents. So I think it's safe to say that we're not going to be seeing the all-time high prices this bull market for Aurora. But nonetheless, you could start looking into this, and some gains are, on the horizon, because I see big things for Near protocol. We'll check Baiko, Adnan. Yeah, against Bitcoin, altcoins are bleeding like crazy. Alaikum assalam, Crypto Princess. Hey there, my friend. How are you doing, Arif? Please check 3Coin. All right, we'll check all the coins. We'll check all the coins after we're done with the low caps. So Aurora is the first one. Next up, we have Boson Protocol. This is an e-commerce layer for all of the metaverse projects. And as we all know, the metaverses are going to get bigger and bigger as the years go by. And I think this is a very, very crucial infrastructure layer to that whole thing, because there's going to be a lot of transactions, right? In-game transactions, NFTs, in-game items that are transferable through games. And Boson Protocol is the project that facilitates that. That's why it's very, very important for the metaverse niche. And as you can see, in terms of the market cap, it's still relatively low, sitting only at 43 million. Now, we were talking about this way back down here when it was sitting at, around 13 cents. And we saw a massive move to the upside to almost $1. And from there, we've retraced more than 50% at this point. So Boson Protocol is sitting at a really, really good buying price. Feel free to take a look at that. And in terms of the markets, we have Gate, HTX, Crypto.com, and Binance US. So if we get a Binance listing, if we get a Coinbase listing, those are going to affect the price in a very positive way, obviously. And that's going to bring more eyes onto the project as well. So Boson is the second one. And the third one we have is Altura, which is a gaming infrastructure project. And they've been around for quite a bit here, almost around 3 years. And this bull market we haven't done much this bull market. But as you can see from the 2021 high, we were sitting at 36 cents. Now, if you take a look at the market cap is actually printing higher highs and new all-time highs. So if you look at the market cap, we've actually done quite a bit this bull market. But the reason the price hasn't done much is because of the token dilution that we have. So we've got a lot more tokens coming into circulation. Therefore, it's going to take a lot more money for us to, pump into the project, pump a bunch of money into the project for us to get back to those same all-time high prices. So we're looking at Gate, HTX, MEXC, BitGet, BingX, and if you want some decentralized exchanges as well. And it's also available on gate.io. Altura is. So feel free to check this out. Full disclosure, I own pretty much all of these coins except for the one that we just looked at, which was Aurora. I do own Altura, and I do own Boson Protocol. So now these are very good prices to get into Altura. In my opinion, $22 million market cap. This is an easy 20 to 30x in my opinion. All right, next up we have GraphLink, and this we've been talking about for a very, very long time, all the way back here in like October, September 2023. So right before this massive, massive rally. And the market cap is sitting at 22 million. It was sitting at roughly $2 million when we were buying this thing. In terms of markets, Gate.io, KuCoin, MEXC is where you can get the token. But this is essentially a tool that allows you to build charts and graphs without any coding knowledge. It is the basic way to put it. Yeah, that's the most basic way to put it. Very unique project. Feel free to take a look at it. I do believe they put it into the deep in niche here on AI and big data, I think. Yeah, there we go. So layer 1, Web3, DeFi, okay. Polygon ecosystem. So feel free to take a look at GLQ. And last but not least, we have Lithium. Now, this is the riskiest one out of all of them. They're sitting at a $6.1 million market cap. And this project essentially wants to give values to some rare and specific NFTs that don't really have value, as in you don't know how to value them properly, right? If we go to the website here, so harness the power of artificial intelligence and crowd wisdom for expert guidance. How do you value art masterpieces? So as you can see, it's not only NFTs, right? But this is essentially what they're doing. So AI, market data, crowd and wisdom. And this is the other one that I don't own yet. So I don't have any lithium. Identify limitations of AI knowledge and uncertainty, human experts, intelligent reward protocol, and then hybrid valuation. So they use both the human expertise and the AI data, and then you have a hybrid valuation. Accurate, reliable, efficient. Yeah. Very interesting. Ecosystem partners, let's see. A lot of venture capitals. Vendetta, DuckDAO. You probably know some of these as well. Yeah, so take a look at Lithium. Very interesting project. I might end up investing before the next leg up of this bull market, but they've been around for quite a bit as well. And I believe, yeah, quite a bit of token dilution as well. As you can see, no max supply. In terms of markets, OKX, Gate.io, HTX, KuCoin, MEXC, BingX. So feel free to take a look at this. All right, let's go back to the chat here. Are you into Rio and BlockX? No. No, but I think I know Rio is Rio the RWA coin that you're talking about? I think that is. Can you please describe if buying Bitcoin pairing or USDT is better? Buying Bitcoin and changing to BTC and then sell all that to USDT's better returns or not? Thanks, boss. It depends. It depends. For example, if you're looking to accumulate Bitcoin and you're not planning to sell it, because a lot of people are just buying Bitcoin and they're never selling it essentially. If that's the case, then obviously you want to be buying against Bitcoin. Why? Is because when you see the value of the asset go up against Bitcoin, you can change or swap that altcoin for Satoshi, and then you have more Bitcoin. So the whole point is not to hold altcoins and then sell them into USDT and buy a new car. The whole point is to make more Satoshis so that in 10, 20 years, once Bitcoin reaches those crazy prices that we know it's going to reach, you're pretty much set for life, and your grandkids probably too. That's the idea, right? Sometimes people just like to trade, short-term trades against Bitcoin. That's also fine. I don't do that personally. But let me know what you think. Do any of you guys trade against Bitcoin? And how many of you actually own Bitcoin? Because as of right now, I do not own Bitcoin. However, after this bull market, I am planning to buy at least one coin. I want to have one Bitcoin just so I'm, safe and secure. So I can be in that 1% club. Hello there, Michael. How are you doing, my friend? Will GLMR ever go above $2? Yeah, I think so. Above $5? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But $2, I think that's doable. That's definitely doable. Now, the other bit of news that I want you guys to take a look at, if you can just give me 1 second. Okay, so you've probably seen this a lot. Let me know if you haven't in the comments, but I'm pretty sure most of you have seen the news regarding the petrodollar deal that Saudi Arabia supposedly had with the US, which essentially meant that for 50 years, Saudi Arabia would only be allowed to sell their oil in US dollars. That's the that's what they're telling us. That's the news that we're getting. And all of a sudden now the deal is running out, right? The 50-year deal is running out, and Saudi Arabia is not planning to renew the deal. So the question is, who's this coming from? Because as it turns out, there was no such a deal to begin with, right? And we've seen a lot of posts saying, oh, is the US losing its oil monopoly? Are we, how is this going to affect the US dollar? It's going to crash the dollar. Now, we know what problems the US economy faces. We know all of that. We know that the US dollar is, in a downward spiral and has been for the past years, especially if you consider, how much money the Fed is spending and the amount of money we've printed in the past 4 years. However, it's still very important to be aware of things, and just because something aligns with the basic narrative that we all agree on doesn't mean it's necessarily true, as it is with this case with this petro deal that never existed. There was never such a deal because Saudi Arabia has been selling oil in many different currencies, and like, where is this coming from? That's the big question. So, for example, this guy, Joe Biden hates black people, which is a totally normal Twitter username. So, Saudi Arabia joins BRICS, drops the petrodollar, and takes steps to normalize relations with adversaries of the US. And now mainstream media decides to start reporting on Saudi Arabia involvement in whatever. But the point is he mentions drops the petrodollar. Now, this person has 81,000 followers, right? 81,000 followers. And you'll see posts like this all over Twitter, Telegram, Instagram. But the question is, where is this coming from? Because there is no deal like that. There never was that deal. What is the petrodollar? No one's dropping anything. Look at this. Visit and show that petrodollar is history, and then the multiplier order is taking over. Look at this. Kim.com, 1.6 million users. Imagine him putting out this post, and at least half of them believe, right? They instantly believe that is the case because their Twitter content creator said so. So this is why it's very important to double check everything. And I might do like a separate video on this on YouTube, just to at least, have our audience be aware of what's of what's going on, because there was never a $50-year deal between Saudi Arabia and the US government. But let's get back to crypto. That was just a little point I wanted to get to, just so you guys are aware of the issue at hand, because I don't want you guys to be misinformed. All right, let's go back to the charts. So let's start with the initial requests. So we have a BICO, BICO. Is that how you pronounce it? BICO? BICO? What is that? Economy? 272. Okay, January 2022. That's a really bad chart there. Lots of token dilution. What's this about? Is a multi-chain relayer protocol that aims to improve the user onboarding and transaction experience on decentralized applications. The project's declared goal is to make Web3 products as intuitive and easy to use as Web2 projects. Well, hopefully the vesting schedule isn't too crazy, because by the looks of things, it is actually crazy. But let's take a look at BICO vesting. Unlocked 77%. Okay, makes sense. And then in terms of unlocks, it's on the 1st of every month. quite a bit of, oh my, yeah, it's like 2-3% every month. Foundation, private team and advisors. I think that unlocked went through. 1 year cliff. Actually, no. I think the advisor, yeah, they're still getting their unlocks. Yeah, I don't know. The chart doesn't look too good, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, if you're bullish on the project and you do your own research, that's fine. Let me just take a look here at the weekly. Well, okay. So, okay, it's not doing terrible, but still. So we printed a bottom back in September, August 2023. And then you have a pretty strong resistance over there. And we have a pretty strong resistance over here. So that was just like a fake out. We got rejected immediately from there. A lot of selling pressure above 73 cents. As you can see, all of these wicks in 2022 and over here. Just no one wants us to go back above that price. I guess that's where the holders would be selling, the long-term holders or whoever's got a lot of tokens, I would assume, or whoever bought at those like higher prices, you could say. Okay, so we have the 1.618 sitting at $1.66. I mean, it also depends on what the project is working on. Like, do they have any upcoming events, any major news, any major collaborations, partnerships? If they don't, it's not looking too good because the token dilution is just killing the price here. Like, if you're expecting $6, the market cap is going to have to, it's going to have to do wonders here. Actually, well, yeah, it's going to have to go much higher than we were sitting at back in 2021 in December. So that's BICO. I mean, not a lot to cover, to be honest with you. The price is dumping, so if you're looking to buy this, now is a really good time to be getting into it. And it looks like we have some sort of an inverse head and shoulders pattern here, right? As long as we hold this low, we don't dump back down to this low from August, we should have a nice inverse head and shoulders pattern setup. And we'll see once we break above that when the day comes. We'll see if we have a nice pump. But as of right now, it's good to buy if you're bullish on it. Welcome everyone who's joining the live stream. Feel free to scroll back and watch the live stream from the start where we covered the 5 low caps that I would recommend you look into right now. And then we covered a little bit of some news that have been thrown around as an attempt to misinform some people, unfortunately. And of course, feel free to take a look at our Patreon. The link is down below in the description. We just uploaded a video yesterday on a really, really bullish low cap that I haven't mentioned here on the live stream or on YouTube. It's a really, really good project. In fact, we have more than 60 low caps mentioned on Patreon. So feel free to go over to our link down below in the description and you can get 7-day free access to all of my content pretty much, and then decide for yourself whether you want to stick around. Okay, check out Moonriver and QNT Bitcoin pairings. Like I said, I don't trade against Bitcoin, but we can take a look at the charts regardless. So for example, QNT Bitcoin. Yep, all-time lows for QNT here. Which if you look at the altcoin, if you look at the altcoin season index, you'll see that we are in the Bitcoin season. So right now, what people would be doing is they would be switching from their altcoins into Bitcoin. and then they'll wait until we're in an alt season, and then they'll sell their Bitcoin into some bullish altcoins. So we've reached our first target here, the minimal target, and then our next target would be right below there, 0.00092, and then the 1.618 is going to be down here, 0.000661. Those are your three targets to take a look at. This is QNT against Bitcoin. So once you see this bottoming out, right, if you're looking to get into QNT, you could start buying into it. But if we take a look at the USDT side of things, let me take a look. There we go, $75. So it's not doing too bad on the US dollar price chart. Drop through all of the support levels that we gave you. Okay. Yeah. I mean, we can also set up a fib here just to. Yeah, you have your 786 at $66.3, which is pretty close to this little resistance that we had in May of 2022. But if you're bullish on an altcoin, for example, and it is dumping, it's always good to dollar cost average as it's going down. That's my strategy. That's what I would be doing if I didn't have any QNT right now, or I actually don't have, but you get the point. If I have some tokens and I want to buy more, I'd be buying more the lower it goes. That's the strategy. Crypto Princess, please check TET. Yeah, did that drop actually? Because it had a pretty nice move to the upside. Okay, so it's below $100 million market cap now, which is good. As you can see, it was January 2024, sitting at $220 million. Now it actually retraced a bit, so you can start thinking about getting into this thing, because we're back at those like October 2023 prices. Let's pull out the chart here. Do we have TET? I don't think we have it here. Let's do MEXC. Okay. So as you can see, we had a symmetrical triangle down there. We were hoping for a breakout. That was March, but of course the entire market started dumping. So whatever pattern you have on your altcoin doesn't really matter if the entire market is dumping. So we had a nice trading range all the way back down here in December 2023. We came back down to that area, and we're actually losing that as support, and we're starting to run into it as resistance, which is not the best, not the ideal situation, to be honest with you. Now the next support block would be below you here, the green area, which is based on these few touches from September 2023 and November 2023. That's between $7.20 down to $6.20. So that would be your next major support. But let's say you bought in, TET over here. So you dollar cost average here, slightly more here, and then here if you dump even lower, and then here if you dump even lower, then your average is going to be somewhere around $14 and not $29, which is going to be really nice when you're selling during the bull market. And from the local top there, we are down 81%. That's quite the pullback, to be honest with you. Most altcoins did 50 to 65% on average, but TET had a pretty significant pullback here. Yeah, so TET is looking like a good purchase right now, a good addition to your portfolio. Only diehard traders left. Worst crypto bull market ever. Don't think retail ever coming back. Well, wait until Donald Trump says that we should all buy Bitcoin, you know? Wait until Elon Musk says Tesla is accepting Bitcoin as payments again, you know? Like we haven't like whatever move that we had in our markets, if we take a look at Bitcoin, and I did talk about this with my patron just a few hours ago. If you take a look at this entire move, let's go to like total 3 here. So this is the altcoin chart, right? The altcoin market cap without Bitcoin or Ethereum. So this entire move that we had here, this entire move from September 2023 to March 2024, this entire move was with a 5% interest rate. Now imagine if we get the interest rate down to 0 and we have an alt season. That is going to be massive. So if we did this in a more or less, hurt economy, imagine if we're, printing money left and right, the dollar is devaluing against everything, crypto's going to explode. That's just the reality of the situation. So, this pullback is not affecting me. Some people are getting angry. Some people, don't believe in the, in the next leg up, for example, and that's fine. But I would say probably stick to the strategy. If you've done your research, you know where Bitcoin is headed long term, there is no reason for you to be worried about, unless you're investing into shitcoins, right? If you're investing into shitcoins and your coin dumped 90%, well, you have something to be worried about because you put your money into a coin that has no value and you just got played. You got played by the devs, by the whoever created the token, who probably just dumped his bags on all of you. So that's why we always advise to stay away from meme coins, stay away from projects that have, $50 market caps that promise you the entire world, because you do not want to be risking your money, especially in this economy, because everything's expensive, right? You cannot be playing with your hard-earned money. That's why we're trying to, teach you guys to have a nice, well-balanced out portfolio where you have some low caps, right? Maybe some degen plays, but for the most part, you want to have mid caps, high caps. You want to get some Bitcoin, Ethereum to make sure that even if a few of your projects end up going belly up, you're still going to make it in this bull market. That's what we're trying to do here. We're not trying to give you predictions, and tell you which coin is going to do 100x for 100% of the time. No, we're trying to, we're all trying to make money here. We're all trying to learn from each other. And sometimes things don't play out the way they, we'd like them to play out. And that's fine. But let's get back on track here. We've gone 30 minutes now. Okay. Let's see, what's the next coin? T-Fuel. So we'll try to do 1 request per person, Adnan. So we can't do, please check, we can't do 3 coin, unfortunately. Faisal, are you into Rio and Block X? No, so I think Rio is the RW1 coin, right? Block X is really a hidden gem. Okay, let's take a look at Block X then. Sounds familiar. Does sound quite familiar. $3.8 million market cap. We have a nice max supply there, 33% out in circulation. Okay, the project has been around for like 7-8 months, or 9 months, I guess. Not bad. Gate listing. Okay, any dexes here? No dexes. That's not a good sign. Usually it's good to have at least 1 or 2 dexes. Okay, what's the project doing? Proof of work built on the X11 algorithm. BlockX is a comprehensive suite of integrated features and services. This digital Swiss Army knife empowers individuals and businesses to navigate blah, blah, blah. Malware protection, cloud services, internet security, driver scanning and updates, password vault, remote access, system optimization, and a wallet. Okay. This is like an all-in-one platform. Oh, wow. Interesting. Well, I'll save this project. But I just don't want to visit the website. If my program's telling you that it's unsafe, I'm not going to risk it. However, the price right now is looking really good. Like the market cap is 3.8 million. Like this is an easy 100x if they're going to be successful in whatever they're doing. But it does sound like a nice thing they have going here. Everything for everyone, which is nice, both for businesses and retail, which is good. But in terms of the price action, we don't really have to take a look at the separate chart because you can see everything over here. June 2024, we're sitting at our local bottom prices from 2023, October 2023. So if you're bullish on the project, there's only one thing we can tell you is you can just buy, right? But of course, do your own research into every single project you invest into, because you don't want to buy into something and then the next day something happens, you don't know what that is. You definitely want to be aware of what the project is doing, or at least have a basic idea of what it does, right? Because you can't know all the technicals about every single AI project. That's obvious, but yeah. Okay. So that's for blocks, or block X rather. Okay, so T-Fuel. We'll take a look at T-Fuel and okay, we'll try. We're probably gonna do 45 minutes this live stream. Goldfinch. Okay, Ribeiro. Hopefully I spelled that name right. So let's take a look at T-Fuel. $482 million market cap. Okay. Okay, T-Fuel. Let's take a look at T-Fuel. Okay. Okay. Oh my God, look at this. We haven't charted this in a long while, huh? Okay, so T-Fuel's not doing too bad. It is retesting the August 2022 high, and that's precisely what we want to be doing if we have a massive breakout above that level. Because what happens is a lot of the altcoins we're looking at, a lot of them have this rejection from the August 2022 local top, and that takes us to the bear market bottom. So once we break above the August high, we want to be retesting it as support. That's exactly what T-Fuel is doing here. Theta has been doing well as well, so that's why we have Theta Fuel doing pretty good. In terms of buying, it depends on if you want to invest into Theta Fuel, right? If you want to just add, 10-15%, or use 10 to 15% of your allocated money for T-Fuel, right? If you want to invest, let's say $100, you can put in $10 to $15 right now. And then in case we do get a further pullback, you can put more. For example, we have a support here at 0.0635. That's a support level below 0.07176, which is our next support. Okay, we can also add a Fibonacci retracement, just like that. So the golden ratio here is going to be a really important one to hold, 0.05436. But again, holding the August 2022 high would be ideal. That would be the perfect scenario. We can wick as low as we want to, but as long as the candle closures are above the August 2022 high, we should be good. That's very important for us. Because if we lose that, we have our gates open all the way down to those like September, October lows, which some altcoins are retracing back down to, unfortunately. No glasses. Busy, my friend. Yes. Well, sometimes I have them on, sometimes I don't. Do you see Theta reaching close to $100 and T-Fuel maybe $2? No. I don't see Theta going to $100, at least in this bull market. So if we take a look at Theta, they have a $1 billion tokens or 1 billion token supply, which is out in circulation. So what I would be looking for is $25 to $30 at most. $25 to $30 at most for Theta. And, the longer this project stays alive, the longer it builds a community. Obviously, in the next 5 to 10 years, it could go to, $100, $200, whatever it may be. But in this specific bull market, I don't think more than $30 billion is possible. I could be wrong. I do own Theta, and I'm not going to be holding, past a certain number because I don't want to get hung up with my bag, and I don't want to be caught off guard with my bag when we start dumping the next time again into the next bear market. That's just my strategy. If I sell it, let's say at $30, it goes to 50, that's fine. I still made like 20, 30x with my investment. So as long as you make whatever you intended to make, that's fine. If it goes higher than that, no one could have predicted it, right? You can't start pulling out your hair because the coin went up after you sold. So I don't think $100. I think $100 is just way, way, way too high. It sounds like a nice round number, and we'd like to get to 100, but it's not going to do it just because we want it to happen. Goldfinch, yeah, we looked at that RWA coin. We looked at that RWA coin before, but let's do it again. Wait, is this the RWA one? I think this is the one because there was a RWA one. Yep. Stop worrying about crypto money games. Start lending your USDC to real businesses worldwide. Goldfinch yields come from real-world lending, and investments are collateralized off-chain, which makes them distinctly different from the highly volatile DeFi lending you may be familiar with. Okay, let's take a look at so look at this. The unlock schedule is crazy. That's off-putting immediately. However, the market cap is still low. So if the demand outweighs the token, dilution, then we should be fine. $70. Let's take a look at the price action chart. Let's take a look at the price action chart. Personally, I don't deal with anything that has lending or borrowing involved in percentages. And I don't recommend, delving into that. It's too risky. But look at the current dump there. 60% off. That's a pretty reasonable correction. Then you have that support level there at $2.13. That's going to be a really good level to look at. Okay, and you have the 0.382 right over there, and then the 0.5 there. So as long as we print a higher low, we should be fine. As long as we don't dump, below this level here before the below the January 2024 low, we should be fine. Yeah. Well, the RSI is not doing too bad. So yeah, worst case scenario, the golden ratio might get retested at 92 cents, but then again, like I said, we do not want to be losing this low, because for an uptrend, we need higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So if you want to start looking buying into it, that's fine, but just keep in mind it already did like a 2000% to the upside from its like October 2023 lows. You could still make some money with it, right? At least a 10x, I would say, is probably possible with that project there. And all right, I think that should be it for this live stream. BlockX is really hidden gem. I'm gonna look into it. I don't know why it was blocking me off that website. Usually it's not a good sign when they do that. Is it something to do with my region? I don't think so. Update on Corium. I'll probably do a separate video on Corium. I'll probably do a separate video on Corium. And anyone who missed or didn't get their request, we'll do a live stream tomorrow, guys. So feel free to join us tomorrow and bring in your coins. We'll take a look at everything tomorrow. We just don't have enough time today. Thank you all for watching the live stream. Once again, make sure to come back to the beginning of the live stream. We covered 5 low cap gems that I would be looking into right now. And then we covered the Saudi Arabia and US dollar petrodollar deal, which turns out is not true, right? Total fake news there. So make sure you're aware of what's going on. Thank you all for watching. Stay safe and take care.